Chapter 52. The Cortez brothers were meeting face-to-face once more. This time, they were seated in Roger's plush office, overlooking the Mississippi River. "You haven't been able to locate him. Why?" Roger asked. "He must have turned off the cell phone. I can't track it," Remington said. "If that's the case, what do you propose?" "I know what he looks like, and I'm watching for him." "What if he's left the city?" "I wouldn't do that, so I'm positive he wouldn't either. His current mandate is to eliminate the threat, and leaving the city wouldn't enable him to do that." "What do you think he's doing then?" "He's probably scouting out locations where he can lure us to meet with him." "But what if we never agree to meet?" "He's resourceful. He'll find a way of tracking us down eventually. If we can't find him, how can he find us? He knows what I look like. He'll find a way, just as I'll do to find him." "I don't like this. It's too arbitrary. You placed him in this position with your stupid nobody leaves policy. We wouldn't be in this position if you had just let him walk. He doesn't know who you are, and other than my appearance, he doesn't know who I am. You forced his hand. We've had no trouble in the past removing those who abandon the cause. I told you, he's different from the others. You continue to treat people like pawns. Only this time, this pawn may checkmate you. What do we do now?" "We wait. He'll make his move when he's ready. In the interim, I'll need some supplies to be better protected." "Whatever you need, just get it. The funds will be provided," Cortez offered. "If he uses the phone to contact you, try to track it quickly. I suspect he'll keep the call short and then turn off the phone again. At least that'll give us an idea of his last location. Call me immediately after that." Remington stood to leave. Roger got up and walked over to his brother. "I know I've put you through hell over the years," Roger said. "I wish I could say I'm sorry, but I can't." Remington looked at his brother with all the compassion Roger couldn't feel. "I know. It's not your fault, and I don't blame you." Roger nodded, then escorted his brother, Hernandez, also known as Remington, to the executive reception area. Officer Kate Williams arrived at the precinct and walked into the front entrance. Her supervisor, Roy, saw her enter and waved her over to where he was standing. "I'd like you to meet someone," he said. He ushered her to one of the interview rooms and opened the door. Inside, a man in his mid to late 30s, dressed in a dark suit and tie, was seated at a table with a woman around the same age. The woman was wearing a navy jacket and skirt with black stripes. "This is Agent John Jackson and Agent Lisa Taylor from the FBI, Roy said, introducing them. "And this is Officer Kate Williams. She's been handling the case you're here to assist with." The three shook hands, and Roy said, "I'll leave you three to sort out what details need to be discussed," and quickly left, closing the door behind him. Lisa started the conversation as Kate joined them at the table. "I understand you were the officer who attended the call when Mr. Schroeder was assaulted in his home last week." "Yes, I was the first responder on site. The ambulance showed up just after me." "We don't need the details of your attendance. We have the report and have gone through it," Lisa said snarkily. "Our interest lies in why the note containing the message wasn't found during your initial search," John interjected. "The note wasn't found because it was stuck between the headboard and the mattress. I wasn't looking for a piece of paper during my initial call. I was looking for clues to determine how the assailant made their way into the apartment and what, if anything, might be out of place." "What was your reason for returning to the apartment when you found the note?" John asked. "I'd gone back to retrieve Mr. Schroeder's wallet and cell phone for him." "Is that part of your normal duty as a police officer, running a courier service?" Lisa asked. Kate responded, looking sternly at Lisa. The apartment was still in lockdown, pending potential further investigation. Hence, an officer of the law was required to enter the apartment to obtain and remove anything from it. "Can you describe any notable differences between your first and second apartment searches?" John queried. "The first time, I was looking for clues. The second search, I was looking for personal items, a wallet, and a cell phone. I found the cell phone on the desk in the living room, but couldn't locate the wallet. Because I was searching for a wallet, I checked in the bedroom, thinking it might be on a bedside table. When I didn't see it there, I wondered if it had fallen off the table and was on the floor. It wasn't under the bed, so I lifted the corner of the mattress, thinking perhaps if it fell, it might be lodged between the headboard and mattress. That's where the note was located. And that's when you brought it to the police lab to check for prints? Lisa asked. That's correct. Are you aware of the message that was on the note? John asked. Yes, and I'm also aware the FBI office in St. Louis also received the same message. And where did you hear that from? Lisa asked, raising her voice. From a friend of Mr. Schroeder's who was at the hospital today. And where did this friend of Mr. Schroeder's hear of this? Lisa continued. From a friend of his who knows one of your agents in St. Louis. Lisa said. It looks like someone in St. Louis needs a lesson on keeping information related to an investigation confined within the Bureau. Kate said nothing, but waited for the next onslaught of interrogation. John began, We'll need to speak with Mr. Schroeder. I'm assuming he's able to respond to questioning. He's in a fragile state right now. When I started asking him about the message the other day, he had a psychotic response. In what way? John asked. He began screaming and was flailing around, totally out of control. The nurse had to give him a sedative to calm him down. I see, John said. Regardless, we'll need to query him about this message. Then you'll need to go through his doctor for approval first, Kate said sternly, trying to keep them from bringing any more trauma upon Stephen. That won't be a problem, Lisa answered. Will you be posting a guard at his room too? Kate asked. No, we don't believe that's necessary, John replied. From what we've seen in the report, Mr. Schroeder doesn't recall much about the assault. Therefore, we don't believe he's in further danger from whoever assaulted him. The doctor said he's got PTSD due to the assault, so his memory of the event has been repressed. That's why he can't recall anything, Kate provided. We'll get to the root of the matter before long, Lisa said. I think we have everything we need from you for now, she added, closing her notes. If we have further questions, we know where to find you. You're excused. Kate shot a look at Lisa and was about to respond, but she managed to control her feelings, stood up, and left the room. I'm excused? What a bitch. After she'd left the room, she went directly to Roy's office. He was on the phone, but waved her in and pointed to the chair for her to sit. When he wrapped up his call, he looked at Kate and asked, So, how did that meeting go? I'm telling you right now, I will not work with that woman. What a demeaning, nasty individual. Kate, we need to give them all the assistance we can with this investigation. You know that, Roy said calmly. Then I'll meet with him, but not with her. You're not serious. Damned right, I'm serious. I've never been treated so unprofessionally in a professional way by anyone before, and it won't happen again. Roy laughed briefly, then controlled himself, realizing Kate wasn't in a laughing mood. I'll see what I can do to keep the two of you apart. No promises. If she insists on meeting with you, I expect you to comply. If she insists on meeting with me, only one of us will come out of that room alive, and I'll want a large mocha latte when I leave that room, Kate said firmly. Then she got up and left Roy's office. After Kate left his office, Roy couldn't contain himself any longer and let out a roar of laughter heard throughout the precinct.